During his exile on Dagobah, Yoda remained isolated from the galaxy and ignorant of most of the events taking place outside of his planet for over 2 decades, only connecting to the outside through Jedi survivors and forthcoming Jedi by the Force as a means to guide them. Despite occasionally conversing with outsiders through the Force, Yoda's location remained entirely unknown to everyone in the galaxy, only letting it be known to Obi-Wan's ghost so he could guide the believed galaxy's last hope, Luke Skywalker, to him. While some characters have met Yoda on Dagobah during his exile, like the Starkiller clone, none did so with the knowledge that he was the former Grand Master of the old Jedi Order, believing him to be a crazed, powerful creature instead, with the exception of one character, a rebel historian and investigator named Arhul Hextrophon. Arhul Hextrophon joined the Rebel Alliance during its early years and was tasked in preserving its history during its efforts to overthrow the Galactic Empire. His duty involved him maintaining the message of liberation of the Alliance and sending it to planets that could be swayed by their cause. He also combated Imperial propaganda that tried to twist the Alliance's ideals and recorded a journal of the diaries of various rebel generals and soldiers to be used for historical studies in the new government that would arise after the fall of the Empire. On top of all this, he also found an interest in the Force as well as the Jedi of the former Republic, going out of his way to research their history from any sources he could uncover that the Empire had hidden. He was so interested in learning of the Force that he even challenged Luke Skywalker to a practice duel in order to see the Force in action. Arhul was swiftly beaten by the blindfolded Jedi, but got the information he sought as a result and recorded it accordingly into his research. This interest in the Jedi's past eventually led him to discover some classified files within a planet's university's library that suggested Dagobah being a nexus of the Force, and a planet that was rumored to have contained a powerful Force user. Following this discovery, Arhul made his way to Dagobah in hopes of better understanding the Force nexus of the planet and finding the rumored powerful Force user. Upon landing on the swamp planet, Arhul searched through the wilderness for a long time until discovering Yoda's hut and the former Grand Master himself. At first, Arhul was unaware that the green creature he discovered was a Jedi, with Yoda initially playing the role of buffoon like he did with Luke during their initial meeting. But Arhul, due to his previous research of the Jedi, was able to ultimately conclude that the creature before him was indeed Yoda, the Grand Master of the old Jedi Order. This revelation surprised Yoda, who went on to drop the act of being a senile hermit and seriously considered to wipe the mind of Arhul so the man could not reveal his location to the galaxy. But before the exiled Jedi could do so, Arhul begged Yoda not to, displaying his fear of losing his memories of all the research he had done in preserving the history of the Rebel Alliance. This outburst convinced Yoda to not wipe the man's mind, even becoming ashamed he even considered it, believing it wasn't the Jedi way to cause harm and forcing one's will onto others. The two came to terms and stayed together for the next couple of days, discussing the events that were taking place in the galaxy. Arhul informed Yoda of everything that had happened in the galaxy since his exile, while Yoda provided some insight of the Jedi Order before their destruction and what was true about them and what was nonsense pushed by Imperial propaganda. This was one of the few moments in decades Yoda felt like himself, being able to talk freely as himself to someone else in so long. After making it clear to Arhul of the necessity of his location remaining a secret, and feeling through the Force that the rebel historian would honor his commitment to keeping it as such, Yoda let the man leave Dagobah without wiping his mind. Arhul stayed true to his word, ensuring Yoda's hidden location would not be discovered by anyone, not even telling its existence to Rebel High Command. The rebel historian eventually went to the same library of the university that led him to Dagobah and destroyed all the classified files, making certain of the Jedi Master's safety. The only evidence of Yoda being on Dagobah were put into Arhul's personal notes, which he kept to himself and hoped to one day reveal once the Empire had been toppled. Arhul later added to his Yoda notes after learning that Luke Skywalker had visited Dagobah following the Battle of Hoth. It wouldn't be until after the death of Emperor Palpatine over Endor and the creation of the New Republic that Arhul likely revealed his findings on Yoda, the Jedi, and everything else he knew of the Force. He later went on to help found a New Republic Research Center for Defense and Planetary Assistance. The research center was later set up on a small mountain on Dagobah, which was named Mount Yoda upon Arhul's request, cementing Yoda's legacy into Dagobah for all to remember.